Hey guys, happy Wednesday. I know y'all are going, wait, what is she doing? Well, it's not Friday because I didn't do this on Friday. So I'm doing it today. And I am trying, I almost don't want to tell you, but I am trying something. I'm trying to do more Facebook Lives every week because I have seen the value of showing you how to do these finishes, and it will explain as far as why I came up with the product in the first place and how it can make a difference. Hey Terry, how it can make a difference with your finishing. So I want to be able to just kind of walk you through the process of what it looks like to make custom waxes. Now, here's the deal. I am going to tell you, with our one-step paint, you do not have to seal it. You don't have to use wax if you don't want to. What's the point of the wax? The wax is to be able to give it the P word, patina, P-A-T-I-N-A. The patina is part of the oils. It's part of the dirt. It's part of the things that over a period of time that got trapped into that wax that was put on that piece hundreds of years ago and actually started to turn it this yummy natural sheen that you can only get from wax. Because when they would seal furniture hundreds of years ago, y'all know that I have a fetish with about French and Italian painted furniture. When they would paint those pieces, primarily with chalk-based paints and caseines, which is milk-based paints, they would finish them off with waxes because those waxes would seal them and allow them to be able to dust them, to be able to take care of them. They didn't have the lacquers. They didn't have the polyurethanes. They didn't have all these chemical top coats that we have now. So like a lot of people will say, don't I need to put a chemical top coat on something like this? My answer is always going to be no. Because the whole point of giving you a beautiful patina is the fact that using a really good product like our Mind Your Own Beeswax allows you to be able to seal it as well as be able to protect it, make it wear well, but to create your own custom waxes, how I'm going to show you how to do today. It's so easy, and it can be a major difference in how your finish looks. Now, is it subtle? The answer is yes. Is it like major? You know, I always talk about this. If we're going to create a piece of furniture that has it to where it looks like it has a pedigree, to where it's been cherished, that it was like the favorite piece in the house, not that it's been drugged down a gravel road behind a pickup truck and it looks like some wild animal's gotten loose on it. We want it to have a pedigree. We want it to have a beautiful patina and really be beautiful. Now, I'm going to start something. I don't know if you're familiar with my sister company, A Maker Studio, where we're all about crafting. We're all about, you have to check it out. It's just amakerstudio.com. But we have stencils and chalk art, and we don't have furniture refinishing products. So most of the people that are on here, you know me because I've been redoing furniture for a long time, 30 plus years. And that is my love. I love refinishing furniture. But, now, like, where was I going with that? So, but I do a lot of Facebook Lives on that, with the Maker Studio. So I thought I would come over here today and be able to show you how to be able to create your own custom waxes. So you'll have to check that out. I did a Facebook Live on that earlier. Now I know what I was going to tell you. So if you will share this video, I have a gift for you. If you'll share this video and tag 3 friends, I'm going to create a drawing out of everybody that shares this video and tags 3 friends, and I'm going to send you a free container of Mind Your Own Beeswax and some one-step paint. It's as easy as that. Here's the deal. You want to be able to share this knowledge with somebody else, because what I'm going to be going over today is it's really valuable for someone that wants to be able to redo furniture, and maybe they don't know that they can do that. Maybe it was something like, you're doing what? Amy's doing what? Yes, I'm going to mix the one-step paint in this Mind Your Own Beeswax, and it is going to give you an incredibly subtle, beautiful waxed finish that will protect your finish as well as give you a patina like you have never seen before. So yes, can you put the wax on by itself over just the one step to be able to give it a patina? Yes, but I want to show you something different. So let's turn this around. And here comes the teacher in me because I want you to learn something. So thank you for sharing. And two, as you pop on, tell me where you're coming from. So I'm going to move this over. I want to show you something. And I hope to goodness that I've got this light on here that you're able to be able to see the difference in what it's done. Now, before we get started, I do want to just show you the difference. So here is a piece of trim that's been painted with the black one step. It has a beautiful matte finish. Part of the beauty of this is that with other chalk-based paints, that sometimes a lot of them are glorified acrylic-based paints. Ours is a true chalk-based paint, and the new formula has a self-leveling agent in it, so it gives you a beautiful smooth finish. It's matte because it has calcium carbonate in it, which is what we call chalk. You do not have to sand your piece. You do not have to prime your piece. You do not have to prep your piece. All you have to do is clean it with our clean slate and then put the one step on. Now, look at this. This is the before. This is the same piece of trim. Look at this. And this was mixed. I used Chinese red, which don't worry, I'm getting ready to show you how to do this. We took Chinese red one-step paint with 1 part paint and 1 part Mind Your Own Beeswax. Look what a difference. Is that amazing? All this is wax, guys. So here's your piece all by itself if you painted it black. But then if you want to come back and you want to be able to really get some beautiful detail, and it almost looks like it was done in a different color. If you can see that red, isn't that beautiful? It's subtle. This was done with Chinese red and Mind Your Own Beeswax. Now, let me show you another one. This is painted in Bauhaus Buff, #1 selling color of our one-step paint. This, we mixed Page Blue. Now, this is subtle. I'm hoping that you can tell on the camera. It's got just a little bit of a hint of blue in it, but it's beautiful on top of the Page Blue. Now look at this. This might be my favorite. I wished you were here to be able to see this. This is Italian Silver. Great, great color. This is one of our brand new colors that we introduced when we introduced our 100 colors of the one-step paint. This is Italian Silver. And then on top of it is Atelier. Can you see this? Look at this. It's absolutely stunning. The detail on it, a little bit of a patina, but the depth that you get from making a custom wax is absolutely exceptional. Now, let me show you how to do this. So I'm gonna put these aside for just a minute. If you're just now popping on, I've started something fun that we're gonna start giving this away. So as you are watching, these are the 2 that I wanna work with. If you tag 3 friends and you share this on your Facebook page, I'm gonna send you, we're gonna have a drawing, and every person that does this, your name will go into a drawing, and I'm gonna send you a free Mind Your Own Beeswax and a free 16-ounce can of the new one step, all right? So all you have to do is share it, and it's really great. You wanna share this kind of information with friends, especially when you know that they enjoy redoing furniture. So, I've just got a little container here, and I'm going to show you. As you want to be able to do this, it's going to be 1 part wax to 1 part paint. All right, so I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of that in these Dollar Tree bowls that make it really nice and easy to be able to mix up your custom waxes. Now, once you mix the wax up, you can put it in a Tupperware container, and it will be good for probably a couple of years. Make sure that it's in an air-sealed container, like Tupperware, so it's got that burp top on it. So just to kind of go over this again, this that I was working with was painted in the Italian Silver, which is a yummy color. It's kind of a gray color. And then I'm gonna take the Atelier and make a wax to put on top. So let me see. I don't have anything to open this with. Let me see, I'm gonna need some scissors. just want to make sure that you shake this up kind of good. Thank you. Remember, the one-step paint is water-based. It has no VOCs, and it smells divine. If you've never worked with it, it absolutely smells yummy, like you're baking. Isn't that color yummy? Now, this is Atelier, and I'm putting it on top of Italian Silver. So this is what it looks like. It's very, very subtle. Isn't that beautiful? Now, making your own custom waxes and putting them on top of the one-step paint can look like it's almost glazed. Now, this is about all I need. Let me get this up so you can see that just a little bit better. It doesn't take much, but making your own custom waxes, guys, can really transform your painting. So I suggest doing it one-to-one. We're going to mix this up together. It's kind of like baking. Is this wild? Are y'all freaking out that I can use the one-step paint? Now, can you do this with any acrylic paint? The answer is absolutely not. You need to be able to work with the one-step paint. It will not, a lot of them will separate. They will not work as beautifully as this. All right? So this wax has set just a little while, and that way it allows you to be able to see kind of the consistency that I want you to be able to have it. All right, so now I'm gonna take my piece that's painted in Italian Silver. I'm putting the Atelier on top. Y'all know me, I always use a chip brush. These 2-inch chip brushes, they are double the thickness of any other brush that you're gonna find, and they do make a big, big difference. But anytime you wanna be able to do waxes with Amy Howard at home, I would use this brush. I would not use a synthetic brush. When you're working with waxes, you need a natural bristle brush. It's gonna go on much nicer. The other thing that you're gonna want is you're gonna want just a piece of cardboard, because after you load up your brush of your brand new custom wax that you've made, aren't you so excited? Now you're gonna have this gorgeous kind of gray, dark gray wax. You're gonna load your brush up like this. And then I want you to offload it. You never want to go directly from your container of your wax to your piece that you're painting. So this is not only going to seal it, it's also going to give you a really beautiful patina. Look at this. Can you see? Look at that. Let me load this up. So I'm applying this, my new custom wax that I am thrilled to know how to do now. I like being able to create custom waxes to where they're monochromatic. Now, as I say that, it's okay because we came back and took Chinese red and mixed it with our Mind Your Own beeswax and put it on top of black. So it's not monochromatic. It adds a beautiful detail of color. But if you're wanting something that's very classic, that looks like an antique, you want to be able to stay in monochromatic colors like this. So I'm coming on top of my Italian Silver. It was base coated in Italian Silver one-step paint. And I've mixed up a custom wax with Mind Your Own beeswax and Atelier. So I'm brushing that on. Now here's the deal. You're going to want to work with it because here's something that's very desirable. You're going to get almost kind of a strié effect to it, like this. But once you allow this to dry for probably about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the temperature in your home, I would say allow it to dry for 30, 45 minutes. Now, maybe you want to put the wax on one day and then you come back to it the next day. We've got the holidays coming up. It's really going to be a great chance for people to be able to paint furniture, so you can let it dry if you want to. And then this is what it looks like. So you're going to need it to be able to dry. If you want to be able to come back and add maybe just a little darker in some areas, you can. But the cool thing about it is, after it's dry and you come back and you buff it with a lint-free rag, what you're going to notice is that you're going to want to buff it like you buff a shoe. Make sure your wax is completely dry. Now, if you want to work with it wet, I will show you just a little bitty trick. This is completely wet. I just did it, so I could pull away just a little bit of the wax. Can you see that? Pull a little bit away of that custom wax that I just created, so it's gonna make it a little bit brighter and it's darker down in the crevices. Now let it completely dry. Then I can come back after it's dry and I'm gonna buff it like this. So that way I'm gonna have a little bit of a sheen on top of it to where it looks like it's been touched with my fingers over a period of time. That's the patina that we talk about. Can you see that? But it's got more depth because you'll see when you've got pieces that are just painted plain, then when you come back with the wax, it really does add a lot of patina. Now, because of the camera and not knowing if you can see a lot of detail, let's do the black really quick. So this is my black. And let's make up a beautiful custom red wax now that you're going to be knowing how to make your own waxes and just see how totally easy it is. All right, so I'm going to take my Mind Your Own Beeswax. Remember again, if you're making a custom wax, you want to do it 1 part wax, 1 part paint. Doesn't take much. And always test it. Now, let me tell you, here's the teacher in me for just a second. Hey, Jan, and if you're catching me, if you're just now popping on and you're going, it's Wednesday, it's not finished Friday, and Amy's doing a Facebook Live. Yes, because I didn't do one last Friday, and I felt like I wasn't taking care of y'all. So I had to pop on here, and we're gonna really try to start doing this more so I can be educating you, because that's when I get excited. When I see you on the Amy Howard at Home before and after group on Facebook, and you're showing the finishes that you've done because of something that maybe you learned when I did a Facebook Live or you saw it on YouTube, that really encourages me as your teacher and as your mother maker. All right, so let me see this question from Tara. I want to do a brown main color and use a blue-based paint. Now, you can do that. Make sure that your brown doesn't go too terribly dark. Let me see, if you've got a blue base color, I will tell you, if you're working with a medium to a dark value blue, you know what looks absolutely beautiful on that? Is the cerusine wax. It comes in a container much like this, but it actually has chalk in it. That looks really beautiful on top of blue. I use that all the time. Any medium value color to darker, medium to darker, you can use the cerusine wax. What I'm wanting to show you today is how to use the Mind Your Own Beeswax with any of the one-step paint colors and make your own custom wax. Mind blown. Yes, it's so fun, it's so easy, and I promise it's going to totally transform the way you are finishing out your pieces. You have to try it. Here's something else I tell people. You can buy pieces of trim like this to be able to test on. What is that blue again? The blue that I did over here was actually just a really pale. This is something that we've started doing. If you will tag 3 friends and share this video on your Facebook page, I'm gonna send you a free 16-ounce can of one-step paint and a free vintage wood wax. This is Mind Your Own Beeswax. We will put your name in for a drawing, and in 2 days we will make the announcement. It'll be on our Facebook page, and I'm gonna send it to you absolutely free, and I'll pay for the shipping. So all you have to do is tag 3 friends and share this video. So now let's make our Chinese red. So I had this over here. Let me make sure that I've got my right color. That's page blue. I see it. It's right here. This is Chinese red. So let's turn this around. I want you to see how to do this. I want you to feel confident enough in this, guys, that you're gonna go, okay, I get it. She's explained it. I'm gonna do this. I'm jumping off and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna see the transformation that it's gonna make. All right, so we've got our Chinese red right here. I've poured just a little bit. These are just little Dollar Tree bowls. You can get those little cups. A lot of times they use them as drinking cups. They have them at Target and Walgreens in the grocery store. But I love mixing my waxes in this. But as I said earlier, be sure if you put this in an airtight container when you're finished with it, you can save your custom waxes. All right, so I'm gonna take, this is 1 to 1. I'm gonna put just a little bit of that in there and mix that up. Mind blown. See this? Now this will thicken up in just a minute. And if you want to make your wax just a little bit thicker, put more wax and less paint. But as a rule, so you can do 2 to 1 or you can do 1 to 1. All right, so now I made this just a little bit earlier, so that way it allows you to be able to see. I'm gonna get a new brush. I always, remember, you wanna do all your waxing, never use a synthetic. You always wanna make sure that you're working with a natural bristle brush. So I'm gonna load my brush up into my brand new custom Chinese red wax. Is that so fun? Load that up. What do we do before we use it? We're always gonna make sure that we offload it. Just a little piece of cardboard with all those boxes that are gonna be coming. Just cut some of these up and put this in your DIY pantry. We all need a DIY pantry if we're refinishing furniture. Offload it onto here. You never wanna go directly from the bowl onto your piece of furniture. And I even love, I love encouraging you to be able to use these pieces of trim to be able to test different colored waxes. And also, if you're going to be refinishing furniture for a living, charging people to be able to paint their pieces of furniture, maybe you rescue furniture, and you turn around and resell it on Etsy or Facebook Marketplace, this is just a great finish to have in your toolbox. And you can save these finished samples so you see what they look like to be able to show somebody that you're going to be painting furniture for. So I'm just making sure that I kind of get that evenly on my piece. Now, as a rule, I want this to set. I want the wax to set for about 30, 45 minutes to an hour, or even tomorrow, depending on when I'm going to be buffing it. But if you want to build, just like the other color that we did, you know what, I'm going to pounce down some a little bit darker in those crevices. If you want to, before it actually has a chance to set, you can pull it back just a little bit if you want to. Can you see that? You can pull it back just a little bit if you want to pull some of that black out that's underneath, because all we did was paint this with the black one step. Look at that. Such an amazing difference already. Amazing difference. Now, after it's completely dry, it's going to take about 45 minutes. Then I'm able to come back and I'm able to buff it to where I have this beautiful, luxurious sheen. Isn't that yummy? Now, this is protected against the elements. If somebody gets spaghetti sauce on this, or if somebody gets food on it or whatever, guys, you just take a lint-free rag and wipe it off. You don't have to worry about using cleaning solutions on it. It's something that's going to be really easy to take care of and enjoy for years to come. So, is this so beautiful? Just being able to take a color that you would normally do in a really pale finish and add something that's really, really subtle, as making your own custom wax in Atelier over Italian silver, or maybe you're going to go dramatic and you're going to do Chinese red over black. It can make a huge difference in how your refinishing is going to make a big difference. And you know what? You can even, remember with the one-step paint, you can even paint vinyl. Can you do these colored waxes on vinyl? Absolutely. I had a gal years ago that painted her sofa in a medium value brown, and she came back and created a darker brown wax, and it looked like leather. It was amazing. So, thanks for tuning in today. Be sure and share and tag 3 friends, and we're going to put your name in for a drawing, and I'm going to send you some one-step paint and some Mind Your Own Beeswax. But I want you to enjoy the bragging rights. I want you to do this because this is a major difference in how your furniture is going to look, because it's time for you to enjoy the bragging rights. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you for being a part today. Forgive me for not being here on Finish Friday for so long. We have been so busy in here working on a maker studio, as well as Amy Howard. But I love my peeps. I love my tribe. And I love the fact that you guys love to rescue and restore furniture as much as I do. Have a great day. Bye.